Yo, today I want to talk about Nekros here. I was farming some Working Cells, and I thought, hey, he's a pretty good Warframe. I like farming with him. Might as well talk about him. So here he is, Nekros. He is a little bit older. You can definitely feel it in his kit while you're playing him. I do wish his kit got like some touch-ups like Nova got a year ago with the Kome update. That would be pretty nice. Um, I don't think he needs a full rework. Maybe his fourth ability specifically, they could do a better necromancer concept there. But I think his kit's like a 4 or maybe a 5 out of 10, and it should just be elevated to like a 6 or a 7. And that would be nice. I don't think he needs to be insane because of like the specific niche he feels for farming, like Korra and Hydroid do. So I don't think he needs a full rework. I think he's okay. I think he's fine. I think he's dandy. I enjoy playing him. Um, yeah, so let's talk about Nekros here. I'll give you the quick and dirty on his passive and his abilities and whatnot. So he's pretty simple and straightforward Warframe. There's nothing crazy going on in his kit tech-wise. There are some super niche builds to like juice his shadows that he spawns with like the Theorem mods from Dymos, but I'm just doing a general use Nekros guide here and just gonna yap about his abilities and how I like to play him. So as for Nekros, his passive, you have an aura around you. Enemies who die in that aura will heal you. Simple as that. That's the passive. People die, you get HP. It combines really well with a specific augment of his that uses your HP instead of energy for your third ability. So nice little synergy within his kit there. Feels good, feels great. As for his first ability, this is called Soul Punch. It is exactly what it sounds like. You punch a guy's soul out of him, it gets expelled out, it'll do a small AoE amount of damage, and the guy you punched the soul out of will get marked. If you kill that guy, he becomes a shadow, and he becomes your little buddy to help you and stuff. So, pretty simple ability. I'll use that here. You can see all the AoE. You can see he got marked there for a little second. I don't have duration, this is just my showcase build with no mods on, except for like energy and efficiency. But do it again. There he is. He's marked. Pretty simple. Nothing crazy. It is Soul Punch. You punch the soul out of the guy, and that's it. Not really worth building around. I do subsume this ability off and helmet over it, so I will talk about that later. Yeah. As for his second ability, it is called Terrify, and it also kind of does exactly what it sounds like. You terrify the enemies, and they all disperse and they run away from you. And then on top of that, they have their armor stripped. Well, reduced, but you can build for it to be a full strip at 100%. So, very good augment. I mean, armor strips, they kind of went down in value a year ago when they nerfed the amount of armor enemies have, but buffed their HP, so it is whatever. Armor strips are still good, though, and they're still lovely to have. There is an augment for this called Creeping Terrify that slows enemies when you use Terrify. I know a lot of people like it. I don't think it's super necessary, though. I think most of the time enemies are just going to die pretty quick anyways after you strip them, so you don't have to worry about slowing them as they run away. It is an option, though. I'm not going to completely write it off. It's an okay augment mod. It gets more use on other warframes because this is Nekros's subsumable ability, his helmet ability is his Terrify. So a lot of people like it on other warframes to get a armor strip and a slow from his Terrify. But I'll show you that here. See his armor got reduced, and they get this little status effect. If I had the enemy AI turned on, they'd be running around and be like, "Oh no, we're so scared!" Ah. Pretty simple, nothing crazy. You hit two, big Terrify aura. They get stripped, they run away. Wonderful things happening. Now we're on to his juicer ability, the one everyone loves. His 3, his Desecrate. Pretty simple. You get a big aura around you. Enemies that die within that aura have a chance to like roll their drop tables and give you another chance at more loot. So that's very cool. Only thing of note here is that it works on enemy body parts. So if you manage to gore an enemy into multiple pieces, you get multiple chances for loot on one guy. See if we can gore this guy. Oh, he did turn into 2 body parts there. Let's see. Can we gore another guy? There we go. We got 2 body parts. Left and the right. If you saw that there. Do it again. One more guy. On this butcher. Ooh, that was a good one. Bam! Look at that. Two chances on one guy. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. So that's only a big tech. There is an amalgam mod you can use on a melee weapon that makes this really good, and I'll show you that later. But yeah, pretty simple ability. Cast your aura, kill guys in that aura, profit. That's about it. There's no super secret tech going on. Activate more loot. Pretty cool. That's all there is to say on his 3. As for his 4th ability, this summons his Shadows of the Dead. Nekros, you kill guys. They go into like a pool. You can't really see what guys you're about to summon. And you summon some Shadows of the Dead to come help you out. I did just kill some butchers, so... Boop. Okay, we got one butcher. We got 2 butchers to spawn. 3. Alright, there they are. I have AI turned off, so they aren't running around and doing their thing, but these guys, they'll run around, they'll pull aggro, they'll shoot our melee guys. They're just kind of there to be dummies for you. It's kind of like an extra layer of survivability, so it is nice on top of your passive, where you get healed on enemies that die. So very cool stuff. Pretty simple ability. It has a good augment mod that we're going to use, and that's that. Now I'll pop over on to my upgrade screen on Nekros here, and we'll pop over to our main build, and here it is. Elephant in the room. This is a helmet build. I am running Petrify from Atlas over our Soul Punch, because Soul Punch is kind of dookie, and we're never using it, and Petrify also gives us more loot because it works with his Desecrate, so that is very good. Where's that? Orgaze. There it is. There's the Petrify augment. So big elephant in the room. Smaller elephants. This is 2 augments here. We're running Despoil because this will use our HP instead of energy, and we're healing from our passive. So it's just a really good wombo combo and synergy here on Nekros, running the Despoil augment. Very good, very fun, very nice. And then our last augment that we're running is Shield of Shadows on our Shadows of the Dead. Our shadows that we summon will give us a bunch of damage reduction, and it feels very good, very nice. We'll be very tanky. We'll be healing. Our shadows will be pulling aggro. They're giving us damage reduction. We have adaption on top of that for more damage reduction. Very fun, very cool, very awesome. So those are our 3 main mods here. Very augment heavy build, but it's Nekros. That's how he feels the best IMO. As for our other mods, Prime Continuity, it'll help with our duration on enemies being petrified. It'll help with our Terrify duration and how long enemies are scared and armor stripped. It'll help with the HP drain on enemies that we summon, our shadows. They have their duration is basically how much their HP drains per second. You can see 2% HP per second, so that's how much HP they're losing, and duration does help with that. We have a little bit of strength here. This helps boost up our Terrify, and this helps gives our shadows a little bit of oomph. When we summon them, they get more strength, they get a little bit more damage, so that's cool. And then as for our Aura slot here, I have Summoner's Wrath. Is this best in slot? Probably not. I like giving our guys a little bit of an oomph though. That we summon. They will, chip down some trash units and stuff, and just chip down some heavier units with the extra damage they get. I don't think it's moving the needle at all. You can honestly run whatever in this Aura slot and be fine. Run Steel Charge for the extra capacity. Run Ready Steel if you're doing a melee build. Not much to say here. You can kind of run whatever. Run Sprint Boost if you want to go faster. That kind of thing. I'm not going to crucify you over whatever you run here in the Aura slot. Run Physique or Rejuvenation if you want to be tankier. Kind of go with whatever in your Aura slot here. As for our last stat to talk about, our range, I like having tons of range on Nekros. It helps with his Aura on his 3. It helps with my Petrify range and like our cone of enemies that we're freezing up. It helps with our Terrify range. Range, very good stat. So we got reach and stretch here. I don't think it's worth going the whole 9 yards with overextended as well and then nuking our strength. Don't think that is worth at all. But I think having both these double range mods is very important. And speaking of our double range mods, we're able to do that because we have this Equilibrium Archon Shard on. to convert our health and energy pickups. Very important here for our upgrade screen. If you don't have the Archon shard to spend, um, all you have to do is that, and now we're fine. And then you could just do this, get 3 extra capacity back. But if you don't have a purple shard to put on, do this build right here. But I do, so there we are. And last but not least, when it comes to this upgrade screen, is our arcanes. Molt augmented. This is my must run here. I need the scaling strength in my build because my Terrify doesn't hit 100% with this at all. I need a little bit more. I need 7% strength to, well, not 7% strength, 7% more armor reduction to hit my 100%. So I need that scaling strength here to scale it upwards. As for my Arcane Blessing slot, this is a flex slot. I like the extra HP. You can literally run whatever here. Run Grace for healing, run Guardian for extra armor, run Kamisato for extra strength. Your guys can proc it. Run whatever here. Run Pistolier if you're doing a secondary build. You can kind of do whatever you want in this slot. This is your flex slot. Have a ball. I run Blessing. I like the scaling HP. I like to be comfier and avoid dying as much as possible. But that is my go-to arcane setup. As for Archon shards and upgrades you can make there, Equilibrium shard I think is a must to get the same mods I use, obviously. Other than that, I like an energy max shard. That would be nice. His energy pool is pretty low base at 190, so energy max shard would be pretty nice here. Maybe even 2. I don't know. I like to spam Petrify a lot and spam Terrify. So I am consuming my energy a decent bit. That is up to you. A double casting speed shard wouldn't be bad at all. I think the shard department is kind of one where you can't go wrong with anything. Heck, if you wanted to do casting speed, parkour speed, energy max, our purple shard, that would probably be my go-to. But I don't think he's a shard heavy frame to begin with. Stack on a bunch of strength, stack on a bunch of duration, kind of do whatever. The only must have I think here is our purple Tau Forge here, whether it's Tau or not. To be honest, you can run whatever. As for everything else that I got going on here and my loadout suggestions, it's the Ripkas. These things are like super secret Nekros tech. Don't copy my build here. This is pretty bad build. The only thing that's important here is the Amalgam mod. Ripka's True Steel, 100% gore chance. This gore chance applies to like your entire kit. At least last time I used this setup in this build. Maybe they've nerfed it, but last time I've used Nekros a lot and grinded some loot with him. This Ripka's gore chance applied to every weapon in your arsenal that you bring with you in mission. So it procs on like normal bullet weapons and stuff like that. If that's changed, I'm sorry, but this gore chance, very good last time I remember. So that's why it's here. You don't have to do a 2-form of Ripka's build with a catalyst like I have here. Terrible idea, terrible melee weapon. But gore chance on the Amalgam mod, good, thumbs up for me. As for weapons to use, heavy slash weapons, so you're slashing guys up and getting all the extra body parts. AoE weapons with this Ripka's mod is very good because the AoE will proc the gore chance, and it feels very nice. So that would be my recommendation. I'm actually going to switch over to my Carius here. More AoE weapons. And that's like my normal Nekros loadout is I run AoE weapons with the Ripkas, and it feels very nice. As for pets to run in your loadout, you could run the Loot Dog for even more loot. We go here. We have Resourceful Retriever on, which this mod can go on any dog, but the important thing about the Chesa Kubro here is his Retrieve mod. There it is. Kubro has a 45% chance to scavenge additional loot. This is basically Nekros' Desecrate, but on your dog. It can proc every 10 seconds, so it's very nice. Kind of like the super loot loadout here is Resourceful Retriever with Retrieve here on the Chesa Kubro. And you're just getting tons and tons and tons and tons of loot. It feels very nice on your Nekros, on your Korra, on your Hydroid, that kind of thing. Any Warframe where you're farming lots of loot. I'll flash my build one more time. That's what I got going on my Chesaku, bro. Definitely worth the 4 Forma and Reactor to me. And then this is his claw build that I got going on with 2 Forma. Nothing super insane here. But I think that is everything. That's my Nekros ability rundown, my mod screen rundown, Archon shard suggestions, and then my loadout suggestions. I think I've hit the nail there on everything. So I'm going to go head into some Lua survival on the moon. Why not? Kill some Thrax and whatnot and have a good time there. So I'll see you there on the moon, on Lua, playing Nekros. Right, we're here on the moon. I already got my 3 active. Let's petrify these guys. Bam. I will summon them all now. Be my little buddies. There we go. And now I'll just chill. Bright green energy color on the Icarius Prime are not that great. I'll tell you that. Ooh, wait. Is this the big tree room? I like the big tree room. Oh, one good thing about Nekros is you don't have to worry about like energy, like not energy, like life support ever, because his extra drops work on life support. So it's always nice if you're going into something and you're worried about randoms not being able to kill enough to keep life support up. You just run Nekros and not have to worry about it. I've definitely done it before on some like EDAs and stuff. I run Nekros, and it's pretty solid. But I think we should have a good time here. Nekros isn't a Warframe where he's gonna like nuke everything and you know, keep the life support up that way. He's definitely more of a utility frame, and you have to rely more on your weapons. So there is that. Petrify these guys, blow them all up, have a good time. Have to resummon my guys there, keep them at 7 as much as possible. Blow those guys up. But as you can see, having a pretty chill time here, using my Icarius Prime. One of my new favorite weapons. I love these AoE things. They're really good. I'm enjoying myself a lot with these. But I think we'll do just fine. Is there a rare resource on the moon? You know, like Neurodes or Argon crystals or Morphics. It's Neurodes on the moon, right? That drop on these nodes? I don't know. I don't know. Is it Orkin cells on Lua? I have no idea. Nope. Okay, I lost my shadow shields. Let's get these boys back. There we go. That's where like adaption comes in handy. Sometimes I do kind of forget to recast my shadows. I do have status immunity, right? Yeah, with AoE weapons, I'm going to shoot at my feet with my shield of shadows up. Very nice. But I mean, this is the Nekros life right here. We're just a tank frame, kind of, with our shadows up, and we are just big chilling. Got these nice AoE weapons to help us out. I wonder. Oh, okay, he got gored. He got gored there. The Ripka's AoE gore stuff does still work. And our shadows are gone again. Rah. I know combat discipline, where you kill enemies and damage yourself and then heal your allies, works on your shadows, but I don't think it's worth using, to be honest. It's not that big of a heal, to be honest. I don't think it's enough to be worth slotting in. But, I mean, if you definitely want to go that route, it is there. Ooh. Wow. I love these Icarius Prime. I wish I got them sooner. I wish I got them when Gauss Prime Axis came out. I should have had these years ago. These things are crap. Go up and pick all this extra loot here. I'm gonna resummon my dudes. Oh wait, I just saw Hold E to gather. Wait, new update thing? This just came out in Isle Weaver. You can pick up plants now instead of scanning them. Sentients are spawning soon. Make sure I'm using my Petrify. I wasn't for a while there. Petrify is just for more loot. It's not like integral to my survival, to be honest. It's just If I'm really honed in on farming a specific item, I'm making sure I'm petrifying enemies. We resummon the goons. The goon army, rise up. There we go. Petrify you. Where are these? Okay, well, those just the scanner guys. Now I'm just kind of waiting on other guys to show up. I'm gonna switch over to my Brahma for a little bit. Why not? Get my stacks going. Oh, perfect timing. Can't petrify the Thrax. Let me respawn these guys, because the Stalker's gonna spawn as well. I don't have my Merciless stacked up on my Brahma, sadly. Oop. That's a Malice bubble. Malice, where are you? There we go, he's dead. Resummon my goons that have died. Now I need to handle these Thrax. Come here, fool. You're dead. I kind of have infinite ammo here on Nekros with AoE weapons because of his Desecrate. We're getting more ammo drops, so it's also very nice. Honestly, the Icarius were putting in way more work than my Brahma is. I do much prefer my Icarius there, but I think that's it. This is kind of Nekros in all his glory, and I gotta resummon my shadows before I die here. Alright, back to these things. Oh yeah, I love these things. Let's get somewhere safe, kind of safe. Whoa, whoa. That is Nekros. He's very good. He's awesome for farming. You can run Korra, you can run Hydroid, you can run Nekros. I really like Nekros. All three of them are pretty dang good. He looks cool. He has a fun Necromancer kind of kit. Cool Warframe. I like running him. I like using him. Get yourself a Nekros if they ever comes back. Prime access. Be there. Be square. Get yourself Nekros Prime.